Today, we're cracking open the official playbook for what might be the most important competition of our lifetime. It's called Winning the Race: America's AI Action Plan. And it's basically a strategy guide for putting the United States right at the front of the pack in the AI revolution. Right out of the gate, the plan makes its mission crystal clear. This quote from the introduction says it all. This isn't just about economics or cool new tech. It's framed as a matter of national security. You got to keep this sentence in mind because it is the driving force behind everything else we're about to get into. So, the whole document is built around this one powerful idea. We are in a global race, and it's not a marathon. It's a high-stakes sprint. The argument is that whoever gets their AI ecosystem built first gets to write the rules for everyone else, and that comes with some serious economic and military power. Okay, so if it's a race, what's the game plan? How does this roadmap to victory actually work? Well, the entire strategy is built on three main pillars, and each one is designed to fight on a different front in this global AI contest. Let's break them down. And here they are. It's pretty straightforward. First, you've got to accelerate innovation. Second, you need to build the massive physical stuff needed to support all that innovation. And finally, you have to lead on the world stage. We're going to walk through each one step by step. All right, first up is Pillar 1, Accelerate Innovation. The big idea here is simple. Let the private sector off the leash and let it run, and run fast. So, how do you do that? How do you unleash the private sector? According to this plan, the very first move is for the government to, well, get out of the way. The document calls for cutting bureaucratic red tape and onerous regulation, arguing that these are the biggest things slowing down progress. And we're not just talking about some vague ideas here. The plan gets into some pretty specific and you could say controversial actions. It talks about reviewing FTC investigations to make sure they don't slow down AI companies, and even suggests holding back federal money from states if their local rules are seen as too strict. You know, another key piece of this innovation strategy is a real emphasis on open source AI. The plan basically says that open models are a good thing because they spread the power around. They keep a few giant companies from controlling everything and let smaller startups and researchers get in on the action. Okay, so that handles the software, the brains of the operation. But what about the brawn? Pillar 2 is all about building the actual physical stuff that's needed to power this AI revolution. And this quote just perfectly captures the energy of this part of the plan. It's got this super urgent pro-construction vibe. The basic idea is that American energy and manufacturing have been falling behind, and they need a serious jolt to keep up with what AI is going to demand. So, how do you build baby build? The strategy here is to slash the time it takes to get permits. The plan argues that right now, regulations make it way too slow and expensive to build the things we absolutely need, like data centers, chip factories, and of course, the power plants to run them all. The plan also takes a hard look at the U.S. electric grid, basically sounding the alarm that it's not ready for the massive amount of energy AI is going to need. So it lays out a three-step plan. First, stabilize what we've already got. Second, make it more efficient. And third, build more power sources for the future. Okay, let's move on to our final pillar, leading on the world stage. After focusing on what needs to happen inside the U.S., the plan zooms out to look at foreign policy. And the subtitle here really nails it. It's a strategy of alliance and denial. And here's exactly what that means. It's a two-pronged approach. On one side, the plan says we should be aggressively exporting the entire American AI package, the hardware, the models, everything to our allies to build a big, strong team. But on the other side, it's about playing defense and blocking our adversaries from getting their hands on the most critical technology, especially those advanced computer chips. And to make that denial strategy really work, the plan gets into some pretty creative tactics. For example, it suggests looking into tech that could verify a chip's location so you can track where it ends up. It also talks about controlling smaller components, not just the big systems, and even using things like tariffs to get our allies on the same page with these controls. So there you have it, the three pillars. Innovate at home, build the infrastructure, and lead the world. Now let's put it all together and talk about what the plan sees as the finish line. The plan doesn't mince words. The goal is to win. To achieve what the document calls unquestioned and unchallenged global technological dominance. Every single recommendation, from cutting red tape at home to controlling exports abroad, is all pointed toward one thing: securing victory for the U.S. and its allies. And that really brings us to the big final question.
The whole plan is built around this idea of a race to victory. But when you're talking about a technology revolution that's constantly changing, what does winning even look like? And more importantly, what happens the day after you win? That's the thought we'll leave you with.